Hi 015 family. Today behind me I've got something that is not yet released, and you can see even with my face here I'm very happy to review this vehicle. Guess which one this is? Is it a J7 Jaecoo? No, it's not a Jaecoo J7. This is a Jaecoo J5, and from what I'm seeing and what I saw on the figures, engine figures, this Jaecoo J5 is based on the Omora C5. And remember, if you didn't know, the Jaecoo, Jetoa, and Omora, those are subsidiary brands of Chery. So it's by no surprise that this one can be based on the Omora C5. The reason why I'm saying that, on the Omora, remember when the Omora C5s came in the game, they came with this engine that is 1.5 turbo engine with a CVT transmission, right? So this one takes 7.5 liters in 100 kilometers. I think that is okay. But this is a claimed figure. We don't know what it's like in real life. If you drive it on the road, of course we can't drive it because we don't even know the price, number one. We don't know how it drives, in the sense of we are not allowed to test drive it. It's not yet launched. So when you see this vehicle from my YouTube channel, please subscribe, because I'm going to do a lot of these things whereby I review cars and they've not been launched. But okay, let's begin with the review of our vehicle. And from the front face, you can already see this is based on the Jaecoo J7, right? If you look at the Jaecoo J7, you look at this one, similar cars, well, siblings, right? Jaecoo is written here in bold, of course. This is the Jaecoo logo. The front grille is the same that you see on the Jaecoo J7. No front parking sensors. The daytime running lights, we have to turn them on. I don't think they are on. Are they on? But I'm gonna turn them on to show you what they look like. Other than that, the front face of the vehicle, it's okay. No fog lamps. The air intakes are a little bit fake because they are not functional. There is no air that infiltrates in here. Daytime running lights, LED headlamps, standard. What do you want to know about the Jaecoo J5 in the front? But other than that, let's move to the side of the vehicle. I think let's use this side of the vehicle, whereby I want to demonstrate to you that we have this 17-inch alloy wheels that some people in the dealership already, they are saying these alloy wheels are ugly, right? Do you think they are ugly? Let me know in the comment section right now. Exterior mirrors coming body coloring. Of course, they look proper. Side indicators, I don't think on the other side there is a blind spot monitoring system. I'm really not sure about that. Remember, I don't have a spec sheet, so everything that I'm telling you here is based on what I see, how I review vehicles, and what I saw on the info screen, right? So moving further, door handles come in body color as well, and the quality of this door, very massive. You don't find the sound that's like a steel or a metal is banging on another metal. There is no such. The quality of this door trimming is 100%, right? Let's move on to the rear side, but the parking of this vehicle is not going to allow us. So rather, I tell you about this vehicle and I'll take the clips when the vehicle is back in the dealership, so that you know what's in here at the back. But basically, you have this LED tail lamps that are looking so proper. At the back, this is still a Jaecoo J7. Basically, what I'm seeing here is a Jaecoo J7 baby version of that vehicle. J5 is written here. Fog lamps are standard. That's where you find the parking sensors at the back. Bumper that is in black. Jaecoo is written here, right? There is no light bar on this vehicle. Otherwise, guys, the rear spoiler with a high mount stoplight. I think everything I needed to tell you about the Jaecoo J7 in the exterior, I'm done. Besides that, I'm gonna show you the boot space here. Should I show you now? I think I should show you now before we get into there. But also, I didn't tie in my shoes because we've been waiting for this car the whole day. We are getting it. The time is around 3. And I'm getting this car. We came in the morning because it's not a car that's released. It's not easy to get it, to review it, but it's fine. Let me tie my shoelaces and then we are good to go. While we're still here, I want to show you guys the boot space that you find in here. One, the tailgate is not electric. This is electromagnetic. As you can see, it takes over, right? Boot space is very decent. There is a smaller spare wheel that is not a full size. There are also tying hooks here. There is a cargo light for the boot space. So in case if you are loading your things at night, you are able to see what you're loading. 12-volt socket in here. That is very cool. Okay, we are done in here. Also, you can split your seats 60-40 to allow for more space, because this looks like it's a little bit small, but it's a budget vehicle after all. So now let's quickly jump into the inside and I'll tell you what you can expect in there. Here on the armrest, this is leather, right? Then you've got your buttons for windows. I'm not gonna touch here because they've installed this mesh and grab and I don't want to mess up with the installation process, right? And then here, I'm not sure about this what's going on here, but it's soft. At least this is not a cheap plastic. Even here is not a cheap plastic, it's leather. And then the cheap plastic begins here, where I think they knew where to put a cheap plastic, right? Then I'm gonna sit in here and show you that the driver's seat, it is how many? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-way electrically adjustable. You don't manually adjust your seat in here, right? The seat trimming, from where I'm seated, I think this seat is just basically similar to the one on the Jaecoo J5, right? About the seat ventilation and heating, not sure about that. I'm gonna have to meddle through the screen and write it down below on the video if it has got some of these things that I'm not sure about, right? But I can confirm with you, I'm seated comfortably. It seems like it's a comfort seat. I mean, sports comfort seat. But yeah, you can say something like that because I know what comfort seats, sports comfort seats are. Go inside the top of the range bike Beijing, then you know what I'm speaking about, right? Then moving further, steering wheel is leather wrapped with multifunctional controls. There is also a voice command button. I think this one reminds me of the Omora C9 with the flat bottom and this whole thing that's going on here on this design, right? It's looking very beautiful. But these buttons look like they are touch sensitive, but they are not. You basically have to press and you feel that you're pressing something here, so it's not touch sensitive. It's not annoying. Also, the gear knob, interestingly, they stole it from the Omora C9 or the Jaecoo J7 plug-in hybrid. It's here. It's no longer here on the center console. It's here. And you know, if you've been watching my videos, I drove the Mercedes-Benz E200. We were changing gears on this side. Okay, so now the steering wheel, you can adjust it. Let's see. You can take it up or down. Okay, yeah, you can take it up or down. It's 4-way manually adjustable, right? And then the passenger seat on the other side is what's annoying. It's just that you can't see because we are this side. The passenger seat is not electrically adjustable. That you have to do it manually. And that's what annoying about this vehicle. But it's not very annoying because the price release has not yet been out. But I think when they release the price, it's gonna tell why there is no electrical adjusting of the passenger seat, right? Then moving further, keyless entry and keyless start. Then the cluster here, it's a small screen, of which now here I'm gonna have to turn the vehicle on to show you. I'm not sure if this is where we are going in the evolution of vehicles, but this is very small. Have you seen something like this before? I've never seen something like this before, but okay, it looks proper. I'm not complaining. And here on the infotainment screen, I think this is the same size that you find on the Jaecoo J7. So wanna know what it comes with? Let's find out. I'm trying to check if there are any interesting features here. Okay, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course. Now the vehicle settings, these are the things that I'm interested on, right? But there's a wind blowing here. There's a wind blowing and it's an aircon control. But okay, I'm not here for that. Right, so now when it comes to the vehicle settings, let's see. Drive mode, memory, all of this that's going on. Tire pressure monitoring system coming as standard in this vehicle. Okay, let's see. Driver assistance. Okay, integrated cruise assist, exit warning. A lot of these things you can turn them off if you don't want them, right? Intelligent avoidance system, of course. Automatic emergency braking system, you can also turn it off. Lane departure warning, you can turn it off. There are a lot of things that come with this vehicle. Ambient lighting, you control it here. You can choose what colors you want on the ambient lighting and the brightness of this ambient lighting. But I'm not sure if we are able. Oh, this is what it looks like. Okay, let's choose pink. You see, let's choose red. So it's a multicolored ambient lighting, of course. You basically have to mingle through here and see what you like, right? Okay, Bluetooth, of course. Voice command. Then the voice command is here on the steering wheel. There's a voice command, right? let's leave the infotainment screen because I showed you some of the important features. Down here on the center console, you've got a cell phone storage for 2 cell phones. Then you've got a twin cup holder. These cup holders are able to grip your bottles or cups or whatever. And then this one is an armrest, center armrest. What I like about it is that it has got a deep storage, but that deep storage doesn't come with a ventilation inside. There's no fridge, as you may see with the other Chinese vehicles, right? And then leaning on here is very comfortable, right? You've got one USB-A port this side and one USB-C that you can't be able to see. Does it have a 12-volt socket in here? Let's find out. Yes, there's a 12-volt socket in here, right? Okay, so we'll just add a clip there since my guy can't be able to show this part. Then the dashboard trimming, very proper. I love it. Plastic only in places that don't matter, of course. Then on the door panel, of course, on the other side, the door panel is trimmed the same way with this side on the driver's side. And then what I like about this vehicle, it comes with a panoramic sunroof, and I don't know why we're not opening this panoramic sunroof. But this panoramic sunroof, guys, it doesn't open. You can only open the sun visor. Should you call this thing a sun visor or a net? Whatever, sun block. What do you call this thing? You can only open this thing. Then the panoramic sunroof, you are not able to open the glass, but you can only mingle with the sun block, right? Vanity mirrors. Let's see on the sun visors. Do they have illumination? Yes, of course they do have illumination, but it's not a ring light as you may see in the other Jaecoo cars like Jaecoo J5, if I'm not mistaken, right? Then yeah, this is your button for panoramic sunroof. This is a nicely touched rear view mirror with a something sort of a glass going on in here. It looks very proper, right? I told you everything you need to know. Well, the glove box, before I lie, in the first row, decent size. Now it's time I'm gonna go to the rear seats, second row rather, and tell you what to expect in there. And from there, we are done with our video. I'm seated here in the second row. Okay, I think I'm seated comfortably. Also, my sitting position on the driver's seat gives me a lot of leg room. Also, headspace is not tight at all. The driver's seat and the front passenger seats, they've got pockets behind them. The seat trimming is also the leather that I spoke about on the front seats. Looks very proper, feels proper. But now the downside of this row is that there is no center armrest for the middle seat, on the middle seat rather. Then that means no cup holders. But on the side note, down here you've got one USB-A port and you've got an air vent that you can control, right? There's nothing really much to talk about in here than to say the panoramic sunroof also extends to this row. Even though it doesn't open, I still think it is very important that there's a sunroof in here, because you know why? Illumination of the natural sunlight. I'm basically done telling you everything you need to know about the interior and exterior of the Jaecoo J5. So it's just I'm noticing something off here, but it's not off because a lot of these vehicles are like this, right? Isofix child mounting is a standard here. So now I'm gonna go in front of the vehicle and ask you what do you think about this vehicle. But the price, I don't know anything about the price. Everything that you needed to know about the Jaecoo J5 2025 model, I told you. There is also the Omoda C7 coming, and I think that one is based on the Jaecoo J7. So there is like an overlap of these models. Now, are you willing to pay this price? I'm joking. I don't know how much this car will cost because it's an undefined amount. The car has not been launched yet, so there is nothing I know about the price. But everything that you needed to know, I prepared you in case if you think you can save your money, you're gonna buy something, you can save your money and get yourself the Jaecoo J5, because it's definitely a looker. It is in the size of the likes of the Jetour, Daishing, right? Aval Jolion, the likes of Cherry Tiggo Cross, things like that. So now, done telling you everything. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Until we meet in another video, cheers.